What's the stop in the secondary for Denver? 1st and 10. The fake. Good. Block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL-wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
What it is, what it do. Welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capi Maitan. Tonight on the tailgate party that never seems to stop, we had the roster cuts, baby. It's over. Like, that's it. Miami Dolphins are down to their 53-man roster, who they will take into the season. Couple of surprising names come across the board. We'll measure it up to what we had talked about last night about who we thought would make the roster. We'll get into all those things, as well as a couple of other issues, right? Miami Dolphins started off with their 53-man roster cuts with a signing. We'll get into that as well. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way in, subscribing if you're new, if you're watching on Twitch, Kick, Facebook, letter in a bottle, friggin' message in the stars. I don't know. However you're enjoying the program here at the Fins Tailgate, make sure to come over to YouTube, subscribe over here, and check us out. Become part of the family. Shout out to people in chat that are part of the family. Members in the hood. I think that's Tonk right there saying that Shake loves tablet toothpaste, which is great. These boys are on their own business. This is driving me nuts. Why is it doing this? All right. Ms. Relentless in here. What's up? What's going on? Yes, we did get a veteran Pro Bowler. We're going to talk about that. This guy, I don't know who this dude is, finds his way. We catch him in the alley eating trash all the time. It's just who and what it is. Sometimes, you feed the strays and they never leave. Marino's Goat in here. What's up, Marino's Goat? Hit the like button. Let's see. Who else in here? Shake Money. What's going on, Shake? Hit the like button. Chef Jew coming to make sure everybody's checking in. It's that Mark. What's going on, Mark? Hit the like button. Red, White, and Bills. What's going on, everybody? Make sure everybody also is checking out tftgnetwork.com, where you can find all the great stuff that we have here on the program. TFTGnetwork.com. Make sure you guys are checking it out. What's going on, everybody? I'm going to bring everybody in. We got Color coming in here. Got Ali. What up, Ali? And even Tonk getting dragged up into the crib.
Yep.
So let's get right into it, guys. First things first, before we get, we're going to go into everybody that was cut. Miami brings their roster down to 53. We're going to find out who those 53 are. We're also going to take the list that Ali and I went over and kind of our projection and see how close we ended up getting and who's kind of some prize names. And then, but before we get into all that, we got to get into kind of some of the news that matters. The Dolphins did end up signing cornerback Raul Douglas, formerly of the Buffalo Bills. Now, this was a name that was tossed around a little bit, along with Asante Samuel Jr., who news came out about him today that he's going to be getting some kind of surgery. So he's going to be out like half the season, Asante Samuel Jr. So Dolphins end up getting one of the two names we were connected to. To my understanding, this deal's been sitting on the table for weeks now. Now, there's a few reasons why now we're finally getting it. A, 53-man roster cuts are up. It's the time's run out. That's number one. B, maybe, the Dolphins knew Raul Douglas was coming all along, and he sat out practice.
Can I ask a quick question?
Please.
Is it Raul or is it Rasul Douglas?
It's Rasul. I don't know. It spelled it Raul on the thing. It's Rasul. Yeah, it's with the.
It's Rasul. Rasul.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're talking about the same player.
Same nonsense.
Please continue.
It's what? How do you spell it, Ali?
Rasul.
Rasul? No,
yes.
no.
Yes.
There's.
It's Rasul Douglas.
No, R.A.
Put some respect on his name, bro. It is Rasul Douglas. He's a Dolphin.
All right. Well, do something.
Relatively speaking, the difference between Rasul and Raul could be pretty huge on the world stage.
That's true.
Well, there you go. Oh, what up? Look, we got Shake rolling in through the back too. What up, Shake? Your mic is off, homie.
Hey, what's good, man? How y'all doing?
What's up, Shake? So, all right. We signed Raul Douglas. I don't care. I'm saying Raul. I'm saying Raul because it comes off the tongue either with my little bit of Southern twang every now and again. I mean, look, I'm happy he's here. I wish he had been around this whole time getting chemistry down. You know what I'm saying? It seems like with his little, the Dolphins almost seem certain that this was going to happen at some point, because of how little they addressed cornerback all season. They were like, nah, we got this guy. We feel pretty good that he's going to be on our 53. You know what I'm saying? We like what Storm Duck is doing. While we're pulling our hair out and we're like, okay, Sheffield's doing all right. Kind of like that, like we're talking ourselves into seeing all these guys. Raul Douglas actually helps out quite a bit, man. Quite a bit. So yeah, we cut all the young pass rushers for you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later on.
Okay.
Hit the like button, Dante. Hit the like button. So again, this into our calculus is gonna have to come into when we take our 53-man roster and projections. The Dolphins end up signing Douglas for 1 year, $6 million contract. Just the placeholder guy. Let's hope he works out better than Jordan Poyer did, who did not work out very well at all. Dolphins fans immediately turned on him. They're convinced that he was only here as the ops. And then later down the line, he had, said something that he won't sign his Dolphins jersey or something like that. There was some trolling he did. I don't know, whatever. But let's hope that Rasul Douglas is not the new ops from Buffalo.
Yeah. You remember a few years back, every year we were signing that goddamn Patriots player, and now it's the Bills.
Yep. We're picking, you pick from the other basket, like, hey, Well, the Patriots sucked these last few years. Now that Vrabel's there, they'll probably get an offensive lineman every now and again off of them because we can't find offensive linemen. Might as well let somebody else do it for you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. This is as follow. I'm just going to rattle off the names slowly, and then we're going to double back and talk about some of the surprise names we see on this list. Now, some of these guys we already talked about yesterday too, so we'll be, kind of doubling up. Running back, Shampkin, Andrew Armstrong, the wide receiver, the cornerback, BJ Adams ended up getting cut. Linebacker Eugene Asante, they ended up giving him some kind of medical cut because I guess he got injured after preseason 2, so they had some kind of medical release, but he's been waived. Derek McLendon, which is team favorite, fan favorite. This is a guy that they're going to look to try to get back on the practice squad for sure. Jalen McKenzie, the tackle, Josh Preby, O-lineman. A name that I think we had on our list, and we'll measure it up later, was the D tackle Matt Dickerson. We also edge Grayson Murphy was let go. Safety John Saunders Jr., who had a couple of moments in the preseason. Cornerback Mike Hilton, we talked about him before. Punter Ryan Stonehouse got let go. Wide receiver Tariq Black. Wide receiver Theo Wees. Linebacker Quentin Bell. Kind of a surprising name there too. Safety Patrick McMorris. He was a bubble guy for us. Who else was there? I'm missing a couple of other ones, I think. Oh, I didn't go over everybody from yesterday. But that's pretty much the gist of everyone who was cut today. So now that that's in, what are some of the surprising names, guys?
Real quick, Papa Paul wants to know if he could join.
Yeah, man.
Are you talking about cut or signing? Like made the 53. What's the surprise on the 53?
The surprise. Well, we'll get the 53-man roster, but of the names let go today,
I'm just going to tell you the biggest name. And
the biggest name that's for you, Ali. What is it?
It's not for me. It's for more than half the fan base.
Oh, is that right?
Murphy. This is absolutely a telling sign of where the Miami Dolphins are.
Cameron Good's better, but I stand corrected.
Why.
I stand corrected.
Hold on. I'll tell you why.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what?
I will tell you why this is such an issue. Mm-hmm. Not really an issue, but it's a telling sign. Let's just put it that way. You can tell that compared to previous years, the Miami Dolphins have their back against the wall, specifically the front office and the coaching staff. And you can tell, and I'll tell you why. Unlike the several past 4 or 5 years, we didn't keep one undrafted free agent rookie from this year's draft. Not one. We have always kept one. You can go back last year, year before that, we've always kept one. And then even the youth, because Grayson Murphy, this is year 2 for him, right? This is year 2. He was the one guy that was putting in all the work during the offseason, put in all the work during training camp, showing up, putting all effort in, right? Mm-hmm. Even in games, flashing in games, making plays rather than just standing there and not doing anything, aka Cam Smith, right? What do? They decide, you know what? We're going with Matthew Judon and these more experienced guys. We don't have time to waste on people that haven't really, been in a game yet, right? That's telling me that they're looking at it like this is a do or die season, but the team is holding them to this. This is the parameters. We're not going to let you overpay anybody, but this is what the objective is. That's telling me that their backs are against the wall. So that's something about these cuts. But the crazy one is
whose backs are against the wall?
The
Miami Dolphins front office and the coaching staff.
Yeah.
right? And for me, Grayson Murphy was a no-brainer. You keep him on this roster. I will be surprised if he makes it through waivers to be on our practice squad. I will be super surprised, to be honest. That's where I'm at.
So Grayson Murphy, obviously, with standing on as much business, Ali's out for blood with the Grayson Murphy cut. I'm going to push back on that point later, but let's get to the next person. Any other surprising names on the list that jump out to anybody outside of Grayson?
I knew Weiss Jr. was going to get cut, but I hope he makes the practice squad.
Oh, I think he might be a guy that clears practice squad, but. I mean, look, let's see. I think Quentin Bell is a bit of a surprise. I know it was of his own making, right? He didn't really have a bunch of showing in the preseason. Papa Paul, you got somebody that's a surprising cut?
Not so much a surprising cut as much as a surprise that we didn't cut.
Oh, well, we'll get it. Well, give me that name real quick because there's a few names we didn't say.
Well, there's Cam Smith for one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Eichenberg's still there.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. Yeah, he's versatile in different positions, but he's a revolving door at the same time.
Eichenberg, listen, if Eichenberg was healthy, he's a starter on this line. And that's the cold, sad fact of this team. People dislike him, but I don't think he's nearly as bad as people make him out to be. But if he was healthy, he'd be a cold, hard starter at any one of the three interior positions.
Let me guys ask you this real quick, and maybe this is not the show for it. Did the Miami Dolphins pull something off and they stashed Eichenberg for later in the season because they know they're going to have injuries on that?
Are you kidding me? Of course they did.
I'm just
what are you talking about? That's exactly what's going on. They're like, listen, we need Eichenberg next couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is the best insurance policy. And you know what? Eichenberg's like, yeah, no problem. I'll get a little bit of scope on the knee, little scope around here. You know, take a couple weeks off. You're not paying me the kind of money I'm hoping to be making this year anyhow. So for 10, 12 games, you're going to pay me the money I'm making? Bet that. And I get free surgery. Let's do this, boys. That's team management right there. Eichenberg is going to be here next year. Everybody let it go. He is a fucking Dolphin. That guy is a Dolphin.
And listen, I just want to say
complete management overhaul. Eichenberg will be here next year. Get over it. That's the fact.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say,
man, that guy's good.
One thing I want to say is Eichenberg didn't make Tyreek Hill drop the ball. Eichenberg didn't make two or throw interceptions. So at the end of the day, for the most part, you can't say too many games where Eichenberg cost us.
I mean, if you can show me 10 plays where Eichenberg, it's his fault that the play didn't work, do it. 10 plays. Don't show me 10. Don't show me like a couple plays.
But he didn't really win us the game either, did he?
No, but
well, what offensive linemen really do win us games? That's the quarterback's job, and unfortunately, our quarterback doesn't win games. So that's an issue. But let's talk about Eichenberg for a second. I'm going to shout out to Papa Paul's show, and if you haven't watched it, go check out West Coast Dolphin Fan Club. Go check them out. Right, hit the like button.
Tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 7.
Yeah. So check
Thanks
them out.
for moving that up, boys. Thanks for moving that up.
Check out the episode.
I gotta Papa Paul real quick to cut you off, Ali. God damn, what was that?
I don't know.
What was that? Papa Paul, did you fucking enter into an iron lung or some shit? What was that, dude?
I've been quiet.
No, he's on his private jet, bro.
They're taking off
right
now. You're flying through the air right now, Papa Paul.
What I wanted to say to Papa Paul real quick is the fact that if you go check out the show with Richmond Webb, right? Shake Money asked a very important question about what he thought about Eichenberg. The one thing Richmond Webb says that nobody else says anything about is how smart Eichenberg is. He's a very, very smart player, right? And to me, I think that's why the Dolphins love him so much. He has a football IQ. He come and does his job. It's not like he's coming late to practice or having these accountability issues. No, he come and does his job, goes to work, and that's it. And we sit here and shit on him, though he's not really the reasons we're losing games.
True.
So that's why he's still here, and that's why he'll continue to probably be here on the cheap because he's that type of player.
Well, I find it here's the thing. If we're talking about guys that were surprised that were cuts, right? Getting back to the freaking topic at hand, boys. Y'all don't stick with the freaking topics. Never do, man. That's all right. Mo Kamara, Quentin Bell, and Grayson Murphy. I would have thought one of those three motherfuckers would have made it, right? Like if one made it and the other two didn't, you'd be like, all right, well, it was obvious that Quentin Bell, for whatever reason, they chose over. We could still be mad about Grayson Murphy. You know what I'm saying? If they picked Mo Kamara over him, we'd be mad. But we would say, well, they felt like they needed a little bit bigger body type to play more edge rather than more outside linebacking pass rusher. You know, it's like we would understand. But the fact that all three, or they went Quentin Bell with the veteran, the fact that all three got cut, we're like, what the hell's going on? That's where the disconnect is at. That's why fans are mad. It's not just mad because Grayson Murphy isn't there. It's like, well, Grayson Murphy's gone too. Like Mo Kamara, like people were mad when Grayson Murphy got cut because they were like, these idiots are going with Mo Kamara. I can't believe it. Then they cut Mo Kamara, and it's like, what the hell's really going on? And that's kind of how I saw it play out today. While they started saying hello, and started cutting everybody. So that's, I think, where most of everyone's contention with everything is. Now, when we look at the roster, because there's those, I think were some of the surprise cuts. The Matt Dickerson D lineman, I'm guessing they thought, because who they chose over him is why I think it's a surprise. Right. And we'll get into that too, but hit the like button, everybody. I see a couple people leaking in here little by little. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, but let's get on to the final 53 man roster. So this is where we'll, let it out. This now, Color, you've been kind of out of it. So I really want you to listen to this 53 man roster here. Okay. We'll start with
but I am a little surprised about Patrick McMorris. That's kind of fascinating. But go ahead.
Well, that too, but young guy, draft pick, ago, especially with how many safeties made it to the roster. Color. That's the surprising part, because I think we all thought McMorris was going to be this down in the box kind of run stuffing guy. But if you look at how many safeties they kept on this team and the type of corners they put on this team, they want guys who can play zone and close distances and coverage more than they want guys who can stop the run, because they're letting linebackers do that. And that's the one that I learned most about this team.
The other one that I'm not surprised that Easy E didn't make the cut. I am surprised that they cut him just because I thought he was one of those company men. You know what I mean? But anyway, and the other is one that I kind of expected after the game last week, given the tight battle, and they ended up both getting cut. But you had a really tight battle going on between Theo Weiss and AJ Henning last week. And remember, Henning ended up muffing that punt.
They cut Henning yesterday, and I thought, maybe, but again, when
Theo got cut too, but when you look at AJ, that muffed punt was going to seal his fate. You know what I mean?
Bounced right back. He bounced back.
But it's a muffed punt, bro. You gotta score 3 touchdowns to cover that, man.
You can't do it. All right, so as we go along, okay, I'm gonna measure it up to the 53 man roster Ali and I did yesterday. So we're going to start from the top, man. Quarterbacks, obviously, Tua, Zach Wilson, Quinn Ewers, right? Running backs, we were dead on the money again. Devon Achane, Ollie Gordon, Alec Ingold, and Jalen Wright.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Papa Paul on mute. Where else? So wide receivers, again, dead on the money, Ali. We had D. Estridge, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Malik Washington, Taj Washington, and Nick Westbrook-Akine. Mm-hmm. And then also We were dead on the money on the tight ends. Tanner Connor makes the 53-man roster after a couple of years, practice squad, add-on, cut guy, did the work, put some weight on, always had good hands, always had good feet, can get away in space and actually get away from people with some speed.
Mm-hmm.
Finally makes the 53-man roster. He's got to be elated right now. The guy, I feel good. I feel good for him. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty awesome that he made his 53. Julian Hill and then Darren Waller, who Dolphin fans have yet to see. All right. So I think we smacked it out of the park with the O-line too. We have Aaron Brewer, Daniel Brunskill, James Daniels, Austin Jackson, Patrick Paul, John Villanueva, Larry Borum, and Keon Smith. Fucking right, dude. We did it.
Yeah, I told you that's kind of what it
we
was.
smashed the entire offense. So right away, Ali, we're batting 1,000. We got all the offensive guys.
Mm-hmm.
Ding.
Yeah, I know, right? What up, bitches? So now here's where we got our first loss. Okay, D-line. Zeke Biggers made it, the rookie. Kenneth Grant, the first rounder, obviously made it. Benito Jones, Jordan Phillips, another young guy. I mean, dude, 3 young guys on this D-line, right? Mm-hmm. Zach Sealer, obvious, but we had Matt Dickerson making the roster.
Because we forgot about Butler. We didn't talk about Butler.
No, we didn't forget about Butler because I know Butler's always been a guy, but I thought Matt Dickerson was going to overtake it this year. But I guess
one thing I noticed about that D-line is they kind of have like-for-like guys, and you'll see that throughout this roster, to be honest.
You'll see that. Their backups emulate the, even if it's obviously not to the level of the starter, but they're trying to have that same type of.
That's because our defensive coordinator understands that.
So let me ask you all this
question. What does he understand, Color?
That your backup should probably emulate who he's backing up.
Well, I mean, the wide receiving group has always been that way with Mike McDaniel, I'll say. That's why we got tiny guys behind tiny guys. Hello.
Hey, real quick question. What's the over-under that we addressed the kicking position before?
Well, hold on. Don't get the cart before the horse.
My bad. Sorry.
I mean, even there. These boys want to get on something.
He's just
my mistake. My mistake. Sorry.
All right. No, it's okay. So, again, now, Ali, you're going to have to take an L on this one, but El Capitan, I believe I knocked this one out of the park. No, wait, I didn't. I took an L on it too because Quentin Bell wasn't on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. 2, 4, 6.
Because we both had Quentin Bell.
Yeah. The reason we had Quentin Bell is because we had 10 linebackers and they only took 9. So here's where it really got dicey for us, right? All right. So Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson, Jordan Brooks, Tyrell Dodson, Willie Gay Jr., KJ Britt, Matthew Judon obviously makes it. And then it was Cameron Good that made it over Grayson Murphy. And it was Quentin Bell that didn't. So I just want to point out, when I was trying to tell you yesterday, Ali, that I believe Cameron Good is the most talented. I could see him losing to Quentin Bell because Quentin Bell was on the boat with Tua. They're kicking it. He got a whole little friend thing going on. They signed him early last offseason. But between the start of this season and then, the Dolphins obviously realized that Cameron Good is a better 53-man roster guy today than Grayson Murphy, Mo Kamara, Channing Tindall, McLendon, the other dude, and Quentin Bell.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Grayson
Cameron Good beat out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes.
What did you say, Color?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Grayson Murphy's motor was gonna overcome Goods experience with the team,
Mhm.
but apparently just experience in the building just is so heavy in this league, man. It's
But
unbelievable.
when you look at Grayson Murphy, and I like him, but when we just said this, boys. When you look at Weaver, he's building the same body types.
Mhm.
Who's Grayson Murphy, the body type on the outside? Jalen Phillips?
Right.
I mean,
Not really.
He would be another Andrew Van Ginkle edge rusher.
Where's Andrew Van Ginkle?
Right,
let's
exactly.
talk about what
Where's
color-
Andrew Van Ginkle? We don't
Exactly.
have him. I'm not saying I don't like
And
it.
then when you real quick, when you look at Cameron Good's about 1.5 inches shorter than Jalen Phillips. Body type, everything else is identical. You can't even tell them apart with their
Cameron Good. When you look at Cameron Good and Chop Robinson, they're like the same dude as far as size and everything.
And this is what I was trying to say, Color, because you just talked about experience, right? That's what I was trying to say earlier. You can tell that their backs are kind of against the wall because a lot of the people they kept, we're talking about the Brun skills. You're talking about the corners we brought in. You know, we could have brought in.
That's why I was a little surprised about the Easy E cut because he's been in the building a while too. You know,
I understand, but my point is that even D. Eskridge, right? You look at guys like that. Those guys all have experience. Grayson Murphy doesn't have the experience, unfortunately.
Right.
And
he's coming in still asking where the bathroom is.
Yeah. I mean, well,
I know that doesn't sound like it sounds petty, but when you're in a new job, you're at a disadvantage when you don't even know where the cafeteria is at. You know what I mean?
I mean, yes.
Listen, when their back is against the wall, you're going to see Chris Greer, hold on to one or two of his undrafted free agent rookies or a younger player because they have, the flexibility to do it. Right now, they don't have the flexibility. They got to really show something if they want to continue. And that's why I think they went with more experience than even youth in some positions. That's my opinion. Go ahead, El Cap. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good, buddy. You're good. I want you guys to get in on it. To me, I completely lost where you guys were talking about. I blanked out. I would say this, right?
Experience in the building overweighing talent, maybe.
And now I want to point out something to you because we just that was the linebacking core and pass rushers. Okay. I'm gonna double you guys back to the D-line group. You've got Benito Jones, Zach Sealer, and rotational guy Matthew Butler. The rest are young dudes. You can't have a bunch of young dudes next to young guys as pass rushers and expect a lot of good. That's why they brought Matthew Judon in. That's why they're relying on guys that they're a little bit more battle tested because they've went young with their interior D-line guys. And you're asking for trouble if you're gonna, be in a situation where you're rather than it's Matthew Judon next to Zeke Biggers, you have Grayson Murphy next to Zeke Biggers. And if I'm a freaking offensive coach, I'm fucking running right to that side. You know what I'm saying? I'm running right to that side. They've taken some places and went young. And I would tell you, if you're looking at guys that are, on defense, this defense is really young, up and down it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
no. The other thing is we've been saying it all preseason about the promising potential of our defense and what Weaver's building. Look at this list of guys we cut. I mean,
yeah,
that 3 or 4 of those guys on that list were the top tacklers the other night on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know they're going against scrubs, but come on, it's still about effort. And when you're the top tackler on the team, you're not the bottom tackler on the team. You know what I mean? So,
hi-oh.
I know it sounds basic, but when we talk about we diminish what these guys are doing in preseason, well, they're equally garbage too, playing against garbage. So when they stand out, they still stand out. And we cut a bunch of standouts, and that's a good problem to have.
I mean, I'm hearing you all the way, but I'd really like you to talk more about this bottom tackling. This is wild.
I don't know if I'm not often engaged in bottom tackling.
Hi-oh. Again, some surprises for sure.
Hold on. What's bottom tackling?
Yeah,
I
help me out.
I had to run. I had to run across
I
my
was
living
treading
room and
lightly
unmute
answering
my
the
phone.
question because
I
Go
had to
ahead.
run across my living room and unmute my phone and be like, "Hold up a second. What is bottom tackling?"
You want to elaborate a little bit on bottom tackling?
Isn't that what they do in prison?
Again, that's why I was hesitant to answer the question because I don't know how to answer it. I don't never.
No, it's good. No, it's all good color. I'm not. I'm
No,
just
I
curious.
meant
I mean, I'm genuinely
I
curious.
meant Cap's question about bottom tackling. Like I
Yeah.
don't know how to answer it.
They do that out in Buffalo.
Yeah, I heard. I heard Michael K invented the bottom tackle.
He's playing center on that line.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's playing left backup or some shit. Ah, damn, I missed it. Damn it, boys. I had it. Yeah, that's pretty
Bottom
funny.
tackle is that tackle at the bottom of your box, that worm that's all covered in old fish oil. You know? That's bottom tackle.
Hey, by the way,
He goes, your bottom tackle is that box with that wet old worm. That was
covered in old fish oil.
Old fish oil color.
Hey,
that was incredible.
Hey, El Cap, on a side note, real quick, unrelated. Have you ever drank the milk from your Cocoa Pebbles?
No, not really.
Yeah.
But
Or or Cocoa Puffs, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what this chocolate crown tastes like.
Really?
Oh, that's good.
Might have to.
So what do you mix it with? Milk?
No, just ice.
Just
No,
ice.
just yeah. So all right,
Might
let's
have to try some of that.
Yeah, I know, right? Sounds dandy. Let's get on now again, real quickly. KJ Britt, Jordy Brooks, Bradley Chubb, Tyrell Dotson, Willie Gay Jr., Cameron Good, Matthew Judon, Jalen Phillips, and Chop Robinson. And we were wrong on Grayson Murphy. Well, you were wrong on Grayson Murphy, and we were both wrong on Quentin Bell, who didn't make the roster. Let's move to the cornerback room. The Miami Dolphins end up keeping 6. And here's where I'm kind of giving us a mulligan here because, well, I'm giving me a mulligan because you said Cam Smith isn't making the roster. I disagree with you.
Oh, hold on. Let's actually talk about that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Smith is on the 53, but if you count the amount of players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look who's not on the 53, and he agreed to sign with us today.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Well, think about it. We got to cut somebody.
Somebody's not on the roster. So
he's saying it's a cut yet to come, Melcat.
Yes, and that's the thing. We got to cut somebody. And guess who wasn't at practice today for no apparent reason? And don't tell me he didn't have a cell phone.
Tyreek Hill.
No, Cam Smith.
It was a 50-50 shot color if you guessed Tyreek Hill. I know he's talking about the DB.
I mean, I was going more 90-10 if you're asking that question. You know?
Oh. Surprisingly, I heard Tyreek was on time to practice today, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you also look at it with the 53-man roster, there's no kicker on it yet either.
Well, okay.
How is that possible?
Okay, we're gonna talk about that, but I was trying to save that, and Ali can't get it because he's like, "This is what's up." No, Ali, sorry, but that's
I didn't
right.
know I didn't know the agenda of tonight's show. I'm sorry,
But no, it's fine because there's one player too short because there's no kicker on the roster. That's the cold hard truth, ladies and gentlemen.
So we don't plan. That just means we don't plan on punting.
We don't plan on kicking extra points or field goals at all. We don't have a kicker on the roster. But before we get to the kicking unit, because Color's going to not be happy to hear this, we're going to go into the safeties. Now, Ali, we had Davis, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Afontu Melifanu on there, and Patrick McMorris got clipped. He didn't make the roster, as we said. So Ashton Davis, Jordan Colbert, Elijah Campbell, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Afonso Melifano, and Dante Trader Jr. makes it, Ali.
Yeah, that
And
that
they
I
carry
thought McMorris.
6.
They did carry 6. I thought McMorris could maybe make it. Interesting enough, I just counted the 53-man roster, by the way, the one that the Miami Dolphins posted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's 53 players on that list.
Is there?
So yet to come. There's stuff that's gonna happen
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I counted that several times to make sure there is 53 players on that list, and that's without a kicker.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think.
What does that mean?
Well, that means this is their final roster thing. They've signed future rights. They game the system somehow, because really, technically, the Dolphins have 54 players. They put 53 on a roster and then paid for one. Maybe this was their plan all along. See, people out here shitting on Chris Greer, but he figured out a way to get 54 players. He figured out a way to get 54 players on a roster.
Is that because of like injured? But don't we get like 4 injured?
No. Listen. Well, yeah, you're right about that. But this is actually our 53-man roster. We're gonna talk about that next. Jake Bailey and Joe Carando, whatever the hell his name is, the long snapper, round out the 53-man roster. The Dolphins put Jason Sanders on the physically unable to perform set designated to return IR list. He'll be out 4 weeks. They put him on it. They also put what was his name? Ryan Hayes on it.
Eichenberg is on the pup.
Are you sure it was Ryan Hayes? Because I was told that Ryan Hayes just was cut. That's what I was told.
Andrew Meyer, excuse me.
There we
Andrew
go.
Meyer. That's the one. That's the one. Isn't that the Ohio kid?
No, he went to UTEP or someplace like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, someplace like that. Yeah. Meyer and Liam Eichenberg are gonna be designated to return non-injury season, whatever. And also Jason Sanders. So we'll get a little bit more clarity on who those people are that get there. But Raul Douglas is on contract with the Dolphins, and the 53-man roster as such that we just went through is the 53-man roster. So
they also tried out 4 kickers.
Players. Yeah,
54 players plus 3 more. Andrew Meyer.
Maybe he hasn't signed his contract yet. Maybe that's how
they signed. But maybe there's it's like a futures. Maybe it's the contract and the wording. He doesn't start till 2 more days from now. He can't even be in the building. But they've got their roster together.
Yeah.
That's how they did it. So that's what they did. So pretty smart, honestly.
I still think there's cuts yet to be made, though.
What did they do that's smart? I don't get it.
So you can get you can put 4 guys. I think it's 6. I think it's 6 guys you can put on IR. 2 are done for the season, and 4 you can like designate to come back or something like that. And then you have to have 53 players. The Dolphins designated their guys, had 53 players, but then signed a guy for being a 54 player, but not breaking the rules by having his contract go into effect after the time in which they can make their practice squad. See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I still think there's something going to happen tomorrow, though. We'll see.
Well, yeah, there's a lot that's going to happen. A lot of guys are going to go on the practice squad. A few dudes right away, as soon as they can put them on the practice squad, that's where they'll do. There's protected practice squad players that you can designate every week, and then they'll rotate guys, and that's how they'll do it.
And they did work out 4 kickers today.
Yeah, do you know which kickers they worked out, Papa Paul?
One of them was, I think, Riley Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying he's a favorite right now.
There's Patterson. There's Zane Gonzalez. They also worked out Pierno, the guy from the Panthers. That's from Miami. Everybody,
Yeah, that was the dude I told you about yesterday.
Yeah. But I'm kind of personally, if it's me, I want either him or Zane Gonzalez. Those are the two guys that I like more.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Gonzalez or him. But honestly, I don't really care. Whatever one they pick is the one that they think's the best. So it's a damn kicker, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're only holding them on to 4 or 5 games anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just a Band-Aid.
Yeah. Oh, just bring on Messi.
Yeah, I mean, listen, whoever.
Yeah, we'll have a celebrity. We'll have a celebrity kicker.
Yeah, let's get a different kicker every week from a soccer team. We'll go to.
We could do like season ticket holders kickers.
I want to say something about that. Real quick.
Let's get color out there.
Color. I want to see color put one through the upright.
If you guys remember, way in the 90s, after the 94 World Cup of soccer, the Jets signed. And I believe his name was Tony Meola, if I remember the name right. He was the goalkeeper for the USA soccer team, right? The Jets signed him as a field goal kicker, and he was horrendous, dude. Just because you're a soccer player doesn't mean you should be a field goal kicker. Just gonna point that out real quick. Before
it's a different ball.
Kind of the fun though, bro. That's what a different
ball. That's the reason why you can't necessarily, rugby, the ball is similar. That's why you have a lot of runners and people from rugby that are successful in college football or even in the NFL.
But they would work good as like linemen and stuff.
Now that I got it fresh in my head, all right, I have this question that just popped in my head. All right, so let's say, for instance, we get a kicker, a temporary kicker, right? And this guy
supposedly we did, according to Craig.
He's 10 for 10. You know what I'm saying? From 50, doesn't matter where.
So why is he on the roster?
Do we bring back the other kicker?
Is Riley Patterson on the roster?
No, I don't see it. I'm looking for it.
I don't see it. Yeah, I'm looking for it right now too.
I'm just saying, though, if our kicker is nailing every kick, do we bring back Sanders?
Yes. Again, it's easy to come in and be the backup. That's why everybody loves the backup quarterback.
Have you lost your ever-loving mind, Sheik?
I'm just asking if the guy is money. He's making every kick.
Listen, if the guy's winning you games, then there might be a conversation to be had to keep him on the practice squad. But
why don't you hold on? Why don't you like him, Color?
What's that?
What's wrong with the player?
With which player?
Color loves Jason Sanders.
Oh,
no, I'm saying he's the best kicker we've had in our history.
It's true.
I would say,
by the number,
bring him back.
Oh,
Amari is the best kicker we've had in our history, but
no, by the numbers, he's not.
So we let him go?
No, he's injured.
No, he's injured right now.
Injured.
He missed a lot of kicks too. So
I don't see it anywhere where we.
I haven't found it anywhere in all my.
I mean, Shake, if you're gonna ask me if I had one kick to make to win the Super Bowl, Orlando Mare or Jason Sanders, I'm taking ice in his veins. Orlando Mare all day long. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah,
not Grammatica.
Listen, if it's a 52-yarder to win it, I'm taking him. If it's a 56-yarder to win it, I kind of feel a little bit different. But
I'm going with Stojanovich because
I'm going Vinny Testaverde
because Stojanovich has a 59-yarder in his career, and I'm not going to blame Stojanovich for the baseball dirt that he had to kick off in San Diego to lose that playoff game.
Me and Elf already talked about this last night.
The baseball dirty.
But if it was not for his off the field problems and his 10-game ban or whatever that he has, I'd take Justin in a heartbeat if it wasn't for those problems. Because
damn, 10 games. That's crazy.
Hey, who?
No problem. I would do it.
Justin Tucker?
Yeah. Justin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Justin Tucker's going to go. Justin Tucker's going to go down as the greatest of all time in kicking, probably.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's not on the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Craig, that's unconfirmed, but I know he's probably going to be the one to win the job. Maybe there's something. I don't know.
I've looked everywhere. I haven't seen anything.
I can't find it anywhere, dude. I've looked everywhere.
I bet you by tomorrow morning they do, though. By tomorrow
Yeah, no,
morning.
somebody's getting signed tomorrow because they need to start. They got this week to get
Well, they
get
signed
things figured out.
him tomorrow. Who are we cutting?
Nobody.
It's already cut.
You don't. No. You take some of these guys that made the 53-man roster, like 3 or 4 of them wherever, and you put them on the practice squad, and you protect them on. You can protect the practice squad guys, and then you get some other dudes. So you have a rotation. That's how all the teams are doing it now. You really get like I want to say with the new practice squad protected players, not including the 4 players you can put on
the
yeah. Okay. So God, dude, it's so okay.
I didn't know about this.
let me explain it to you guys like this. The end roster that is cut today is a 53-man roster. That also includes 4 players that are all on PUP physically able to return list. And then you can have 2 more players that are PUP. Happy birthday.
Happy PUP. Happy PUP list day. I made the list.
Yay. All right. Anyhow, so essentially you have the 53 guys plus 6 guys, 2 that are done for the year, and 4 you can designate to come back X amount of weeks. Some are 4 weeks, some are longer. So that's how it goes. But once those guys are on that list, once you take up all those lists, you can't, that's it. They're done. You can't put anyone else on these IR. Anyone else put on IR is season-ending IR. So they chose to only fill 3 of the designated to return PUPs and none of the season-ending IRs right now, from what I can tell. That's what they've chosen. So and they have
is that kicker? Is that kicker
now,
who was mentioned earlier?
Tomorrow, they'll start doing their practice squads. Now, here's where things get a little messy. If memory serves me correct, and they might have changed it, you get 12 practice squad players. Okay. Out of those 12 players, I think you can protect, meaning anyone on anybody's practice squad that's unprotected, I can sign that guy off their practice squad. That's the law of the land. They're not protected and they're not on your 53. I can steal them from you. That's the facts. So, and it doesn't happen as often as you think unless there's some kind of obvious correlation, because it's hard to do for everybody involved. But it does when you got no offensive lineman and this team's got one you had your eye on and played with you last year. You go steal that guy. It happens all the time. Anywho, I think 6 or 7 of those practice squad players, don't quote me on the number, are protected, meaning that the remaining 6 guys can be taken by other teams. So ultimately, you can have 4 guys that are going to come back later at some point in the season on PUP. You have 53 guys that are under contract as your 53-man roster guys. You have 6 practice squad guys that you can protect and actually keep on your quote-unquote roster. And then you have 6 other practice squad guys that are guys you can call up if you need. That's your extra quarterback that you don't care about. That's the, extra wide receiver that you're, cooking for a little while to see what happens. And these are the Eric Ikuzamas are going to try to bring back, the Theo Wees Juniors, those guys that obviously nobody wanted to put them on their 53. Now there's a time period that those 53 guys that we named today, you have to cut one of those guys to go and sign somebody now, and then that person's available to sign wherever he wants. I forget when they add the practice squads. I think it takes like a day or so or whatever. There's like a time period in between the practice squad signings and that. So that's where we are right now. We've reached the 1 hour mark, everybody. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new. Wherever you guys are watching, come over here to YouTube and get down and in with the program.
Hey,
Where'd it
man.
go?
Hey, by the way, El Capitan, coming soon. I just want, speaking of the merch stores, coming soon. Crypto and I, we're gonna be doing a Insomnia on the road tour where we're gonna take do our pictures from Indy, Atlanta, and North Carolina.
So a new Vice City
Well,
style.
we're gonna do a
Insomnia
Vice
shirt
City
coming?
when we do.
We
Fan
need a
Club weekend, obviously,
TMI
but
Seattle
of course,
shirt.
that
then.
picture, the picture of us in Seattle is definitely gonna be on there.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
I like it.
Then I'm happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Insomnia.
Because I'd be
Road-
on
the
Insomnia
road
all the
tour
time.
is coming soon.
I can't wait.
But that's gonna
Me
be
too.
cool. I'm excited.
So I'm going to do the rundown of the 53-man roster real quickly again, just to give everybody, again, anybody on this list would need to be cut for the Dolphins to add anyone else to their football team right now. And that's Quinn Ewers, rookie, Tua Tagovailoa, Zach Wilson, Devon Achane, Ollie Gordon, rookie, Jalen Wright, Alec Ingle, D. Estridge, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Malik Washington, Taj Washington, Nick Westbrook-Akine, Tanner Connor, Julian Hill, Darren Waller, Larry Borum, Anthony Brewer, Daniel Brunskill, James Daniels, Austin Jackson, Patrick Paul, Jonah Villanueva, rookie, and Keon Smith. The defense is as follows: Zeke Biggers, rookie; Matthew Butler, Kenneth Grant, rookie; Benito Jones, Jordan Phillips, rookie; Zach Sealer, KJ Britt, Jordan Brooks, Bradley Chubb, Tyrell Dotson, Willie Gay Jr., Cameron Good, Matthew Judon, Jalen Phillips, Chop Robinson, Ethan Bonner. Cornerbacks are Ethan Bonner, Storm Duck, Isaiah Johnson, Jack Jones, Jason Marshall Jr., rookie; Cam Smith. Safeties, Elijah Campbell, Ashton Davis, Jordan Colbert, Minka Fitzpatrick, Melifontu Elenante, Dante Trader Jr., Jake, and then our special teams guys are Jake Bailey and Joe Cordona. So, yeah, that is the Miami Dolphins 53-man roster. And now, if I'm looking at it right, I'm guessing if you're going to say who's the bubble guy, Cam Smith, right? They're probably going to put Ethan Bonner on IR or something like that, or PUP at some point, depending on how bad he is.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam Smith would be the bubble guy, maybe Jack Jones over Cam Smith.
I get a question. So what the dude was saying earlier that we signed the kicker, so we could sign a player but just not have him on the roster?
Apparently. Yeah. Apparently, because they did that with Raul Douglas. I mean, I guess so. I guess that's something that they're doing. They could sign somebody and not put them on their 53.
I mean, I don't see how that would be an issue. I don't know. I'm not in NFL exact, but I'm just saying it's not like.
I mean, look, the as soon as you figure it out, it all changes because that's how they game the system. So if I'm figuring it out and how they can word things and get away with doing things, then they're in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, delete this. They're like, delete this. It says the FBI like event later. It says delete
exactly.
this episode.
They boot the
it's
door
just
in.
CIA in your messages. They're like, delete that.
They boot the door in. Dudes with sunglasses. Give me all your stuff. This is
like,
all
all right.
property of the NFL.
All right. I won't figure it out again.
Been doing nothing but talking about it for, whatever. And then also guys like Dante Trader, young guys like that. These dudes are guys that I would think that might be bubble roster dudes, because that's going to get us into our next topic. I mean, also, if we're getting on the offensive side, I would say anyone that's not the starting five on the O-line is a roster bubble guy. I would sadly say Tanner Connor obviously is the bubble roster guy. And if we were going to pick somebody else throughout the offense, it would be Taj Washington. That would be the closest, but I don't see him being replaced by anybody.
Before we go to the next subject, and I don't know if you have it planned to talk about, are we going to take a deeper dive at the Rasul signing or no?
No, please, deep dive away.
Came out today, so that may clarify things.
Here, I'm going to slide you.
if you remember about, what was it, like a week ago, less than a week ago, we got trolled thinking that Asante Samuel was in the building and that he was signing and everything like that. Well, that could have been true to a point, based on what we learned today. What we learned today is that Asante Samuel had a scan done, and it looks like he's not going to be ready to even play till like mid-October, or be able to sign with somebody till about mid-October. So maybe this move of today of us signing Rasul Douglas is based on that information. You know what I mean? Because and there is a chance in a world that maybe we pick up Asante Samuel Jr. in October as well, and we'll have both of them. That is very well possibility based on some of the names that we have on this roster, where we're at. We could have injuries by this point. Who knows? You know what I mean? So it is very interesting that news came out the same day that we signed Rasul Douglas. That's what I wanted to bring up.
So you're saying Miami's paying the medical bills?
I don't want to say, well, we're always paying the medical bills. You know that. We're pretty much a retirement home.
I mean, it is Florida, so it makes
Florida.
sense.
I mean, but the point I'm making is the fact is that we heard that Rasul Douglas was an option earlier in the offseason. We talked to him like twice. They couldn't come to a deal, right? And then we heard Asante Samuel was an option. Supposedly he was in the building. He's visiting today. Even his dad trolled about yeah, let's go, or something like that, right? Come to find out, he wasn't in the building. And come to find out, we signed a guy that, what happened today, we cut him. Actually, we cut him yesterday, to be honest. The point is that I was making is the fact that it's very interesting that we signed Rasul Douglas to a super cheap deal. 1 year, $3 million is super cheap. And we find out the same day the news breaks out about Asante Samuel isn't going to be ready till mid-October at the earliest. So that being said, I could see why we jumped to sign Rasul Douglas. And, we could end up signing Asante Samuel down the road. Maybe cheap. Who knows?
What do you think, Color?
I don't. I think I agree with Ali.
I mean, would you take a chance on someone who had neck fusion done?
Well, that's why
Probably not.
he's super cheap. I'm not going to give him like some contract.
Isn't that what kept Peyton Manning out for a while?
And you kind of got to have your head on a swivel as a linebacker,
You mean as a corner?
Or as a corner, yeah. Either.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, that's a
look. For me, it's more of this. If they say he's going to be ready to be able to play by mid-October, right? If you sign him to a super cheap deal, let's say, he's probably going to have to take 4 weeks of conditioning, getting ready before he even hit the field, right? So that being said, I'm looking at it that we have already a 1 year rental. You could sign.
Oh no, I'm picking up what you're putting down, Ali.
You know what I'm saying?
Asante Samuel Jr.
My whole point was there was a reason why we jumped to sign Rasul Douglas today of all days, is because of that news. That's what I think.
All right. I am picking up what you're putting down, Ali. Asante Samuel Jr. is the late season signing that the Dolphins get on our playoff push come the end of this year. That's what it is. That's who
it happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It depends how we start the season.
No, right? He's going to come in. He's going to be that last little cherry on top. Get into the rotation. We're going to get about 9-10 wins. We're going to sneak our way into the playoffs. We're going to start making some noise finally. Look at that, boys.
And look, it's a Chris Greer special. He loves those injured players. We've always had, where we signed somebody that had like a really bad injury and, they end up performing. What was the other corner that we had that was coming off season-ending Achilles injury? and we thought it was really bad. Brent Grimes. Who here remembers Brent Grimes?
Ooh, talk
Right?
about it.
Brent Grimes came and performed after that injury too. When everyone said he was washed or done, so it can happen. Who knows? Who knows?
Brett Grimes 2.0 coming up in here, going to change the game. Can't wait to hear Asante Samuel's old lady on talk radio in the morning. Let's go.
No, I want to find out. I want to see Asante Samuel's old lady at the stadium getting into fights and arrested by police.
Fuck yeah, dog. That's Miami, boys. That's Miami. Miami, I know and love.
I'll never forget when I watched her get arrested. I was like, oh my God.
That's right.
It was nuts.
All right, so let's get on to our next topic. Who's now available? A lot of cuts out there, Ali. A lot of cuts out there, Shake. A lot of cuts out there, Color.
Yeah.
A lot of cuts out there, Tonk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I figured the Dolphins are going to make some moves by Thursday.
I think tomorrow they're going to make moves.
Oh yeah, no moves.
Yeah. By the way, when is practice squad? That's the pertinent question. When is practice squad supposed to be taking place?
Tomorrow by after 4 p.m., I believe, or something like that. Let me check that out. Let me find out because waivers clear by tomorrow by 4 p.m., I believe.
So yeah, it's 16 practice squad guys, like I thought.
They clear Wednesday by 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep, noon tomorrow. So come any additions that can or would or could be made will be tonight early in the wee hours in the morning, because there could be some early morning signings and one of these roster bubble guys would be let go. The Dolphins have already shown they're willing to go heavy in one unit and light in another. Look no further than keeping 6 safeties and no kicker on their 53-man roster for them to have a little bit of flexibility. What players were called up or cut today of notoriety? Is any names anyone can think of that they seen come around to yonder and was like, ooh?
The only thing, real quick, and I know we're loaded at the position, but and again, I'm a Kane hater, but I got to give him props. Restrepo.
Oh yeah, Restrepo, yeah. But Dolphins wouldn't get rid of Taj Washington for Restrepo. They've already got their Restrepo.
Restrepo could be the new Craycraft. Just saying.
I would want him. But he's going to go to a practice squad, and he's going to end up back with the Titans on their practice squad. That's what's going to end up happening to him. But
I saw something in the chat. Ghost thinks that he's telling us that we're going to cut down to 5 wide receivers because Achane's our wide receiver 6. I'll tell you why that doesn't happen and why no NFL team would do that. You don't want to have to cover 2 positions with 1 player, and in the event that player goes down, then you're out two players rather than just 1. That's why that will never happen. But in regards to players that was interesting cuts, I'm kind of interested in the corner from the Ravens.
Yes,
I've heard a lot. What's his name? Jalen Davis, something Davis.
Dope.
The Ravens corner. I heard that what people are saying is that he's a really good fit for our defense and what we're trying to do. So that's interesting. I really want the Lions offensive tackle Skipper. I take him.
Yes, that's the name I was looking for, Ali. And there's a couple more players that I think people should keep an eye out on too. The Falcons released CJ Henderson. This guy's a former first round pick. You know what I'm saying? There's talent there. Now, is he a guy that I'm willing to put on my 53 and cut somebody for? No. But if he's there for practice squad adding, I'm bringing him in here.
Yeah.
There's also listen, we only have 3 tight ends on the team right now. The Colts release Jalen Woods. Now, I get it, but for what we kind of want, we need more of a pass catching guy to be in relief. He's 6'7", dude. He's 6'7", 4.6 speed. I mean, that's I can do something with that. Another name that don't be surprised because we do need running back help. Jeff Wilson Jr. was released by the 49ers, so keep a lookout for that. But I would say if in a perfect world, I would be much happier if the Dolphins went more up the alley on their speed and go get Damian Martinez, man, ex-Miami Hurricane up in this bitch.
Yeah, I like Damian Martinez. I think he's a bigger back. He can bring the physicality. I think that I like that move a lot, to be honest. And it keeps our running back room young and fresh too. So that's another thing I like about it. There was God, what is his name? I'm trying to find. There was some other tight ends that got released, but Trent Brown, another offensive tackle's there.
Yep.
And you can get him on the cheap.
That'd be nice. Also, Titans end up letting go of a guy they got, just 2 years ago in the 6th round. He played a lot. He made their 53 last year. He's a roster level guy. They have a lot of O linemen there because they want to keep, it's smart. Worry about getting weapons and stuff like that for Cam Smith later. Protect Cam Smith and he'll take care of the rest. Or Cam Ward. I don't know why I kept saying that, but tackle Jalen Duncan, and I don't know, man. To me, there's some guys I don't know outside of. Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. That's fucking Tonk. I don't know outside of a couple guys here and there, but I haven't seen anyone that I would say, oh, I could see them cutting one of their 53 guys and bringing that person in. Like, I haven't seen anyone that jumps off the table to me as like, oh, that's a clear answer, unless they wanted to get rid of one of those O linemen and get the guy from whatchamacallit you were just talking about, Ali. What's his name again? Big freaking tackle.
Dan Skipper or Trent Brown, either one.
I don't even know if I get.
I kind of like the guy that Dade just put in here, Cohen Brown. I'm sorry, Javon Cohen, the guard.
Oh,
yeah, he got released. So,
I did see that.
I mean, look, I never got to really get a clear answer from you. How do you rate Borum? You know what I mean? Borum, for me, he didn't jump off the screen. He didn't really like. It's like a wild card, right? I would bring somebody that at least he can play guard. You know what I mean? At least,
I guess. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. The thing about offensive linemen, unless you're getting a guy that either you have familiarity with, like, the offensive line is so much of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they got a guy in here, you can't just. I mean, you can throw him to the fire, but in this offense, you're really playing with two as your quarterback and doing something like that. To me, the one of the more important guys that the Dolphins should target that got released today, and it's not a surprising move, but Kendall Lamb got released. Go get Kendall Lamb, bring him back here, give him the money. I know it sounds real stupid, but that's the type of moves you need to make at this point right now, because you're already, playing with fire with a rookie. I mean, outside, Austin Jackson hasn't practiced all year. Like, Liam Eichenberg isn't playing. You got a rookie in at guard. You got a new guy in, Daniels in at guard. It's a first year starting with Patrick Paul. If you go and say, oh, let's get me a retread Trent Green and throw him into the fire for week 1. All right. Well, whose job's he taking? No, would you be better off just getting somebody because they're just going to be ready to hit the ground running?
I'll say this. First of all, I guess I understand it in the X's and O's sense because does have familiarity already being here for what 1 or 2 seasons, and so he knows our offense. He knows McDaniel. He knows our facilities and all that. For all those reasons, it makes sense. Where it doesn't is this is a guy that we had to ask to not retire. He was about to retire.
I know.
We had to ask him not to, and he's already 33 years old, going on 34. I don't know.
Bring him home.
I would rather go sign Trent Brown or
Well, we're not saying 53-man roster now. Now we're talking about practice squad. We can fill the roster with, it's 16 players. We'll just name a few, right? Of people they should be considered. Minus obviously the guys like we want to see like Grayson Murphy come back and Mo Kamara, and they'll bring McLendon back because and stuff like that. And then
let me tell you something real quick in regards to the kicker position. Don't be surprised if the Dolphins actually pick up a kicker and place them on the practice squad rather than signing him to the 53. And the reason for that is you think about it, you only need him to hold on to him for 4 or 5, weeks, right? You could elevate the kicker from the practice squad to, rather than having him officially on the 53, and then you can drop him. There's a lot of kickers out there, so I won't be surprised if they do something like that too, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, again, I'm waiting until afternoon to sign a bunch of players, and they're going to sign all the guys that just walked out of the building and the kicker. Right? Every guy that they just cut late, the players that we all wanted to see stay here, every one of them that will come back, they're signing. And I think there's going to be, 10 of those dudes plus a kicker, So now we've got 5 or 6 other guys that they can bring in here. And I think they're going to put all of that is going to go into the O-line and going to go into the DB room. That's where they're going to put it. Maybe they might not get Theo Wees Jr. back and get a different wide receiver or something like that. But for the most part, all of any additions we need to put on this practice squad for guys to be protected, got to get O-linemen, got to get friggin' DBs. And that's where the focus needs to be. Those are going to be the new names that we're going to be talking about probably tomorrow. Well, I'll be talking about tomorrow. I got Hassan Patel with 5 Reasons Sports Network that does that stuff over there, and he does some good work. Hassan does like so much stuff, but I'll be doing a show with him as special guest host. Guys, make sure you're subscribing every week, bringing you some new guest host. Got a bunch of people already docked up, lined up in there. Next week, going to have 2 guest hosts. One I'm still fleshing out the ideas, and one towards the end of the week, but a lot of good stuff coming at you, man. I got a lot of things cooking right now, guys. A lot.
And speaking of which, I got my man Ace Perhead coming in this Thursday in the Smoke Lounge.
Oh, see, boy, the Finn's Tailgate this year, boys, is turning up. TFTG Network is turning up. We got all kinds of stuff cooking. It's pretty awesome. But I think we really need to focus on O-linemen and DBs as the guys we're going to need to be bringing up in here. Any names jump off the paper to you, Ali?
That we could bring in. There's a guy, but I think I think the reason he got cut is because of his size. He was a rookie out of this draft. I rated him kind of higher. I liked what I saw out of his North Carolina tape. The guy from the Rams, Willie Lampkin, got cut today. He's a guard. I would consider him. Granted, he's short. He's only 5'11". So I get why people, that's
not a bad thing at guard with Tua Tagovailoa as your quarterback, but go ahead.
That's true. But maybe he could convert to like maybe a backup center and still play guard. So maybe he has that versatility. I would bring him and sign him to our practice squad guy and see what he has at least to kick the tires and see, what he could do or develop into. But that's the only reason why I think he got cut is because I think he's a little bit shorter.
Any other name?
If he were 6'3", he ain't getting cut. I'm sorry, he's not going to.
I'm thinking about the DB position, and listen, I know a lot of people are high on what's his name, Trader, that made it in the safety room. I think they'd be smart if they can protect him and give him a little bit more time being a rotation guy. I would love to see if they go get Tony Jefferson, the safety. Chargers cut him. A little bit of a scheme change going on there. I think he's got a lot of juice. The dude has a great grade on PFF. I like the way he plays the game. I don't think he's most talented or technically sound, but I think in a Weaver defense where it's about making plays in space, when the DBs come from over here, when you're asking a safety to just blow people up in the pass game, he's good at that. He meets them at the point of contact. That's a name I'd like to see come up on the board. There's also some running backs, right? And we touched on it a little bit. I would love to see the Dolphins take a chance on a couple other running backs because let's face it, Boone and Shampkin, I mean, they were here for a cup of coffee to say the least, right?
They did some stuff. It wasn't like we didn't hear their name called once.
Is Crypto in the back? Why the fuck ain't Crypto up here? Crypto, what are you doing? They out of time? Who's out of time? Crypto?
The Dolphins.
Oh, how long you been in the back, Crypto?
About 20 minutes.
What?
I've been busy, but I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Who's
about
out of time, Crypto? I didn't even see you, buddy.
We're out of time. We're out of touch.
We're out of time. Not of my head when you're not around. Yeah.
But
yeah, they no, I was just saying because of the how they press when it comes to the roster. Are they telling us we're tanking, or they're telling us that we're trying to make a run?
Look, here comes Crypto straight. But you know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna put Crypto back in the back right now. That was better. No, I'm just messing with you, Crypto. I'm just messing with you, buddy. What were you saying, Ali?
What I was saying is, like, it wasn't like they were here for not even just one cup of coffee and they were gone. Yeah, maybe the time felt that way, but during their time, we heard their names called quite a few times. I heard during preseason games and watched Boone and what's his name, Schlampton, actually, make some runs. You even commented, even Color commented, "Wow, did you see that run by that guy?"
Yes.
We said those things. But I do think that we're looking for a certain type of running back to fit our room. And I personally, if it was me, I would invite Damian Martinez into the fold and see what he has. At least he's that type of physical guy that I think you want as your fourth running back on this roster, to be honest. Kind of, you said like for like, right? That's what you mentioned. Technically, Achane and Jalen Wright they have the speed. They're your speedsters, right? Whereas Ollie Gordon is more of your physical back. Martinez is a physical back. So we're talking about like for like in the room. That's all.
I would love Damian Martinez on this team. Another guy, and this is just sentimental. And I get, I don't know. I don't think it's going to work, obviously. But Frank Gore Jr., I would just like to see it, I know he's nothing like his dad was, but if they brought him in here and
I'm going to say,
is he a free agent?
He's a shell.
Yeah.
He got cut today, so yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He has to go through waivers, but yeah.
Yeah, he was cut. I know that. I don't want to see.
So as a running back?
Yes.
No, hold on. What position was Frank Gore? He was running back.
He was like one of the best running backs for.
Yeah, I remember he played with Kaepernick.
Yeah, he was on those Niners, and
he was a stocky dude. He was
the
like
bomb,
a bull, man. He was like a bull.
He was good for a long time, bro. He was a throwback running back, and then after football,
he was like Barry Sanders,
after football, he went and did some boxing, and son of a bitch is knocking people out in amateur boxing too. It was crazy. He's a hell of a freaking
Since we're speaking about legacies, would you take a flyer on the practice squad with Brendan Rice? Jerry Rice's son?
I know.
He got released today, so that's why I was curious. Like, what you
I
thought.
mean, no.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
No, there's no. I'll tell you what running back I don't want to see come in here is Jeff Wilson.
Oh, I don't want to see that either. I don't want to see Myles Gaskin either. No offense to color. I don't want to see Myles Gaskin either.
I mean, Myles Gaskin's cold now. Just like where's
We were only winning games, Ali, with Myles Gaskin.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, but whatever happened to Damian Williams? Where's he at these days?
I think he's out of the league. I think he's retired.
Yeah, I think so too.
But you know what I think is interesting?
Old Dolphin great.
Again, I have no issue with Ollie Gordon, but the same talking point they're trying to sell us with Ollie Gordon that he's the he broke the record in whatever the hell he did in whatever conference he is. Well, Myles Gaskin broke the record in the Big 12 or the Washington. So it's the same talking point. They're trying to sell it. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I know that. That's how it goes.
Shake. We need a Myles Gaskin statue, Shake.
Yes.
Real quick, I'm going to head out, guys. Make sure you catch us tomorrow night at 7 for the West Coast Dolphins fan club talk show. So
be there, be square.
Oh,
Papa Paul, come and get your ass.
Papa Paul.
I'll be here to produce.
There you go.
I'll see y'all later.
Go, Papa Paul.
Later,
Which
Papa
West
Paul.
Coast?
Get your route, Papa Paul.
West Side.
West Side.
And by the way, Drive Time will be back next week. Starting next week. But
yes.
we are doing an Insomnia Labor Day special. So this Labor Day, Insomnia.
Yeah, it'll be a Labor Day special. Yep.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I am going to be doing a top what they call it, Club X sale on Saturday. I'm not sure.
Why not?
Because I got family.
Man,
bro.
I just bought my disco balls, dude.
This is
I know, bro.
This is Labor Day weekend, okay?
The disco ball
We're
Labor
trying
Day.
to turn up all weekend.
Hey,
But
listen, Ali, if you want me to,
Saturday
if you need
before
me,
the game.
if you want to do another Shake Night XL, I'm down.
Oh shit, Shake Night XL.
Okay,
coming
yeah.
up.
Shake Night
This is what
XL.
we'll do. This is
You're
what
welcome.
Yeah,
You're
we
welcome.
did that. We did that before.
Shake Night XL.
You're what? Yeah.
In that case, listen, I can
That's
be
a
part
goal.
of this show, but I can't run the whole thing.
Of course,
I
you can.
coined that phrase.
Yeah,
So
sure.
if you guys want to run the show,
Hear what
I'll
Talk
play a
said?
part and
Talk
whatnot.
goes, I coined that phrase.
Yeah. You better put a patent on it then, Talk,
That's
because
what I'm saying.
people grabbing them up.
He goes, say it again, Ali.
What I was saying is that I don't mind being in the show, and I'll hang out. We can have it. I just can't run and open it and close it. That's the issue.
All right, yeah, we know.
All right,
No worries.
It's official then. This
Shake
Me?
Night XL.
this chocolate crown will be at the late night Shake Night XL, baby.
Yep, and then all right, whatever. So I'm scrolling through NFL roster cuts.
Or like chocolate shake. Exhale.
I wonder if I can look it up by player.
Hey, text me, Chef Jew. I can make that happen.
Actually, I think you should call it Club Exhale featuring chocolate shake.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to smuggle some cupcakes to the game.
That's kind of nice. The chocolate shake.
Just wear a see-through backpack.
Question.
No, you're allowed to bring
Yeah, I
food
actually
in.
got one. See-through bag. Yeah, I do got one of those
There
bags.
you go. Just put them in there.
Why did
So
Crypto say
ridiculous.
he needed to smuggle the cupcakes? Are these special type of cupcakes?
Oh yeah, he's
That's what I
smuggling.
wanna
He's
know.
smuggling grape
Yeah.
cupcakes in his panties. Smuggling grape cupcakes in his panties.
Well, is it? Hey,
Those
is
are
it
not
hot dog
special ones,
cupcakes?
Ali.
Hot dog cupcakes.
Say that again.
No, it's not special.
Not special. Okay.
So I'm looking up.
Yeah, Crypto's like, I work for the post office. I can't even joke about that shit.
Joke about what? Exactly.
Exactly.
They might be monitoring.
That's the second time the FBI is going to tell us to delete this episode.
Oh, that's right. Is that during the Ohio game on Saturday?
No, well, no, the Saturday game's big noon, so I'll be done.
Big
Well,
noon.
What happened with the Ohio game?
Okay. Ohio plays Tech. Man, I can't wait. I do know Sunday is the Canes game. I'll be watching that.
Notre Dame Canes game I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
No, I actually get to watch Canes games, man. I got a super box.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you get to watch all the Canes games.
Enjoy it this
Not
year.
just Canes games. You can watch everything.
Everything, dude.
Damn,
like
and you know
I'm
what's
gonna
crazy?
watch.
I haven't
Yeah.
set mine. I still haven't set mine up yet.
Are you
What?
serious? It's
What? That was too bad, Shake.
Okay, Shake. I
You
literally
better
just
regret
set
not
mine
checking
up
it out.
last week. You're not too far behind, bro.
Yeah, dude, I've been. First of all, I set it up.
Man.
I set it up, and when I first got it, my mother and my wife, were playing
Shake,
around.
you
with
should
it.
bring it with you.
My mom
bring
stayed.
it with
My
you
mom
and shit,
stayed
and,
like.
Crypto can show you how to use it when you go to Cincy or whatever.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Pause.
Yeah, I can help you out there, Shake.
But yeah,
there's a lot of redundancy, but man, there's like, bro, like all kinds of stuff, man. You ain't gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Real quick tip. I know we're off the rails a little bit, but real quick tip for it. Download the app Backup TV.
oh yeah, that's the one I use. I've been using that one.
Perfect because
Backup TV.
It's sort of like a blue clone, but it's got a little more, you know.
But you don't have the issues where it kicks you out every so
Right.
often or whatever. You don't have those issues.
Right.
So yeah.
Go
ahead.
Hold on. I'm trying to see.
Yeah,
I'm looking
Backup's
at
pretty good.
some of the surprising cuts. Let's see. NFL roster cuts.
Oh, by the way, am I supposed to install that VPN or what?
No,
Okay.
That's up to you.
So here's some of the surprising roster cuts. I'm getting this article off of
rostercuts.com.
No, Fox Sports News by Greg Audman. This is his top guys that got cut today. Denver Broncos cut young running back. I can't S-Time. Akudrick S-Time. He's only 22 next week. Young guy. He was a 4th round or a 5th round pick last year. He had 310 yards and 2 touchdowns with him.
Sounds like a Slavic
People say
Okay. He's a scat back.
He's a scat back. People
He's a
say
scat
he's like
back.
a J.K. Dobbins type of dude. So something to keep a lookout for. The
Why do we
Steelers
call them scat? Can I just interject real
What
quick?
is
Why
that
do we
mean?
call them scat back?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we just
Finally, I'm always
Why
the
don't-
one
I know.
asking
He's
questions.
over there.
why don't we just call them shitty running backs, bro? I mean, that's like,
Well, outside of John Scatman's song "Scatman" color, that's what you have to think about.
Hey, you know what?
Oh,
Let me ask
okay,
you a question.
so
Would you
Scat.
consider Tyreek Hill? Would you consider Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle scat wide receivers?
I wouldn't consider them scat.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
All right, so next up is Robert Woods, the journeyman at this point, wide receiver, gets cut by the Steelers.
Has been. Not journeyman, has been.
Yeah, he's a little long in the tooth. New York Giants cut Tommy DeVito. I don't know why that's on
It's
the
like a
list.
running joke.
Hey.
He gets cut every year.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, real quick,
try
caller,
the Kamari.
caller, your question about scat. Scat is an old jazz term. And it's just that's what they reference these shifty, quick running backs.
Improvisation, right.
Well, that's not too
okay.
far.
Okay.
What color?
So that's
what
not
color
trash.
is, Ali?
That's not trash.
Not too far from the
Scatter because
That's not
meaning-
trash.
right, but it means scatter, meaning all over the place, like jazz music,
All over.
all over
That's
the place.
dope.
Yeah,
What's wrong
it's
with those
not
types of
it's
players?
rhythmic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh,
let's continue.
scatter.
Go,
Okay,
scatter.
Settle
I
down,
see.
children.
That's what
Settle
scat
down.
is. It's
I
crap.
know we're
It's
So
all
not
over
too
the
far
place.
from the song
talking about Poopy
Scatman,
on this
dude.
show. Got
He's a
everybody excited
Scatman.
all of a sudden.
Hey, he's
Because
gonna.
animals crap all
I
over
see
the place.
Poopy conversation got everybody excited on the panel real quick. These boys here scat and they can't get up. I mean,
Hey, why does it say the same thing on the screen?
what?
I can't. Who's now available? What?
Because that's what
Oh.
we're talking about.
Oh, I
dumbass.
didn't know if you
Yeah,
were
that's what
posting
we're
comments
supposed
or
to be
not.
talking about. I can
Well, I didn't know
say
if you were
there's a
posting
whole bunch of
comments.
scat available. I'm
There
pretty
you
sure
go.
about that.
Is that better? No, that's what we're talking about.
Go ahead
So
with
would
what you
you
were saying,
consider?
Kevin.
All right.
Would you
So
consider
next up.
Liam Eichenberg a scat lineman?
All right.
Yeah,
Next
she
up.
is.
No,
She's a Scott
that's
lineman.
not really. You don't have a scat. I mean, do you have a scat lineman? That's like saying, is he a scat quarterback?
Well, there's debate on that one.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, damn. Tua's a scat quarterback.
Maybe.
Definitely a scat quarterback.
No, he's not. He doesn't have the quickness or the mobility.
No, he just delivers all the scat.
Just gonna leave that alone.
All right. So Kenyon Green, guard for the Philadelphia Eagles. Bring him home, Ali. That's what we need to get in here.
Kenyon Green, huh?
Yep. He was a first-round pick in 2022. Bring him home. Call him up. Cecil Farrell with the Washington Commanders, defensive end. He was the 4th overall pick in 2019. He had a bounce-back year after 4 disappointing seasons with the Raiders. He started 17 games with the Niners in 2023 and 10 games last year with the Commanders. Hunter Renfrow gets cut on the Carolina Panthers, which is kind of friggin' wild because if you watched anything coming out about the Panthers and they were doing all these things where all the quarterbacks, the running backs, the coaches, the wide receivers, everyone's talking about Hunter Renfrow and how he runs routes and he's unstoppable and how he can create space. And lo and behold, they cut him anyhow. Riddle me that. Riddle me that.
Do they still got Adam Thielen?
That's true. They do have Adam Thielen. Next up is Layden Robinson, guard, New York Patriots. New York Patriots. Haha, look at that Freudian slip. Same thing, Patriots. You're all Yankees to us down here. You're all Yankees to us down here. Damn, why did it do that? All right, whatever.
New York, New Amsterdam, New London,
Same
whatever you want
bullshit.
to call it. Yeah.
He was a 4th round pick from Texas A&M. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Wide receiver Malachi Corley from the Jets. I have no idea who the hell is Malachi Corley. I don't know how he's on this list. He means
Malachi?
No. Maybe it is Malachi.
Yeah, it's probably
Malachi. Yeah, it's Malachi. Whatever. I
It's
don't
all
know his
right.
name.
It's all good. You're not doing that on purpose.
Listen, I've been going for like an hour and a half now. I'm kind of burnt out.
You've been doing all right. You've been doing all right.
I've been doing all right, dude. I did a show yesterday.
I probably would have spelled. I would have probably called it Malachi too.
Well, right, and Malachi is probably like,
Dude, this guy called me the other day.
Yo, but he's probably like, yo, color, you're wrong. I'm Italian. It's Malici.
Yo, one of my clients' name. One of my clients' last name is Linehan. And when he called my phone, I saw it. It's Linehan, and I was like, is your last name Linehan? He's like, no, it's Linehan. I'm like, oh.
Hey, by the way, are we doing TMI this Thursday or no?
There we go, Malachi Corky. Yeah, I guess that's
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my hardest.
There's no K. It's Corley. It's Malachi Corley.
If you need the day off because you're doing too much shake,
Malachi Corley.
Malachi Corley.
I'm trying. It's been.
All right.
So you don't always make time for Tonk.
Thank you, man.
Another guy. Now here's the thing. His defensive tackle. He was cut from Carolina.
Charlie McLaughlin.
Well, Color, you're gonna love this name. This guy's a defensive tackle, played for the Panthers. He got cut. He started 32 games over the last 2 seasons in Carolina.
Man,
and
that sounds
40
like 2 full seasons.
He had 40 tackles. He had 40 tackles in each of the last 4 seasons following his years with New Orleans. He had agreed to take a significant pay cut from $6.5 million to $3 million this year, but it still wasn't good enough to keep him in Carolina. This guy's name is Shy Tuttle. Shy Tuttle. I don't know if you can be Shy and Tuttle and a defensive tackle in Miami and get away with that. I mean, maybe there's something to it. I don't know. Next guy.
I say big. He's got to be Irish too. Shy McTurtle.
Shy McTurtle.
Hey, Color. When you first did that accent just a second ago, you sounded like there was this video I saw of this lady who got caught shoplifting, and when she was trying to just yabble on about the situation, you sounded just like her.
Imagine if your name was Shy Tuttle.
And then I was like, "Oh my Lord Jesus, it's a far."
Imagine if you were like,
I was like, "I got asthma. Ain't nobody got time for that."
No, you should just stick with Indian.
Hey,
all right, go ahead, Ali.
How tall is Shy Tuttle?
I feel like this is a setup. I don't know. How tall is he, Ali?
No, I'm asking. I'm really asking the question.
Oh, is he?
It is a setup, but I need to know how tall he is first.
He's 6'3".
Okay, never mind. Imagine if he was 5'11". They'd be like, "Oh, look, it's little Tuttle."
Oh, that's Tuttleish. All right, so Dustin Hopkins, kicker from Cleveland Browns.
Another kicker.
He got kicked out of the building. The kicker.
Bring
him home.
Dustin Hopkins, eh?
Bring him home.
Sounds like Dustin Hoffman and Anthony Hopkins had a baby.
Listen, it was just 2 years ago. The guy went 33 of 36 on field goals, and he was 8 of 8 from 50 yards or more. Okay, and it got him a $5 million deal, but the money broke him. And last year he struggled, and this year he gets cut. Next up, Isaiah Simmons, linebacker for the Packers. We don't need a linebacker, but if you wanted to bring Isaiah Simmons in here, I'm about it. This guy's a former first-round pick. He's that play in space
That's
linebacker.
who they thought we was going to get before.
That's
Everybody
right.
was speculating we was going to draft him.
He's
so
a play in space coverage linebacker that can play a lot. If you can bring him in, I mean, we have KJ Britt that kind of does a little bit of that, but we ask a little bit more in space. I think the in space coverage is a little behind the times with this guy.
Simmons was a freak athlete coming out of college, out of Clemson. That's what he was known for. This guy, people wanted him. They just weren't sure about, how he would fit, the defense or our scheme or what we're doing. But this guy is a freak athlete. Super
I would
speed.
bring him in and have him play the KJ Britt role. Why not?
I want to know why they cut him. He's only been in the league, what, 2 years? Not even 2 years?
I think he can't cover. I don't think he can cover like you need him to. And, but I think the Dolphins with Weaver's defense and what he has on that he's doing with his linebackers, I think we could use him. Next up is KJ Osborne from the Washington Commanders. I don't really care about that. Now, the tight end that the Giants let go, Greg Dolch. This dude, I would bring in here, man.
Yeah,
he was again. He's just a big guy. He had some good stuff. He had some good stuff in the preseason from Jackson Dart. I just like the size profile and his blocking ability out of the slot. Seattle lets go of Marquez Valdez Scantling. I almost read it as Scat Backling, but never mind. That's a callback to you guys getting all fucking crazy about Scat.
He's scandalous.
And then to round out
Scat Backling.
Scat Backling.
Get over here.
To round out Greg Ottoman, his top
Yes.
15 big
Yes,
names
bring him
that
home.
let go is Mike Hilton, the DB that the Miami Dolphins let go. He started 23 games the last 2 years for the Cincinnati Bengals with 3 interceptions and a combined 157 tackles. He left one bad secondary for another and wasn't good enough to cut it here in Miami. Now, is that a good thing that he got cut, or is it a bad thing?
I don't know.
Dolphins have higher standards than that terrible Bengals defense they had just a year ago. They should, because we ain't got Joe Burrow over here. It's going to put together an MVP season to carry this football team. Am I right?
I thought Mike Hilton was already penciled in when he got in the building. So
we have a Tua, Cap. We have a Tua.
That's right. We do have a Tua, and that's.
But I guess it's a good thing, Cap, because I thought he was penciled in coming into the building. I thought he was protected already. So the fact that a guy, I mean, maybe he's not like Hall of Fame or nothing, but let's be real. Mike Hilton's name carries some weight, and we cut him like he was last week's news, man.
Mike Hilton, we cut him, and in less than 24 hours, he already worked out for the Colts, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they were very happy to go get him.
Did you left the guy out? Well, I guess you were doing somebody else's list of standouts, but I think we need to talk about bringing somebody home.
Who?
Let's not forget. Could we use him now that Achan's on the out for a minute, and also Jalen Wright ain't quite panning out and maybe needs a little more competition in the room?
We've said Damian Martinez like 10 times on this episode.
Yeah, we've said it like
where was Dad Dean at? Where was Dad Dean at?
Where was Dad Dean at? Dad Dean had to come in here and put it in writing for you to actually see it.
That was only 4 minutes ago.
We talked about it at the beginning of the show.
We mentioned Damian Martinez probably 6 times this episode. No cap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
I even said the person I'd prefer to bring in.
Did you take your vitamins today, Color?
No.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go. I took mine. Actually, no, I forgot my second vitamins. That's why I was so tired.
I took my cold medication. Does that count?
No. It would if you were taking your shirt off and dancing.
I'm not lubed up that way yet.
Whoa, pause.
You said lubed up that way.
Yeah, I was just thinking, look how quickly crypto popped up on that too, boys. Like, damn, lubed up. What is that?
The way you made it sound was like I'm taking off my shirt and getting all greased up.
I'm just saying, look, I'm talking about you're robo
maybe you need to get down into some of that bottom tackle.
You were robo tripping, you were getting kind of
crazy. Robo tripping. Jesus.
I'm just saying, boys.
Funny stuff.
Yeah, the bottom tackles.
This is the on TV spectrum. The on TV spectrum hour.
Well, there's gonna be some more news coming. That's for sure. Make sure you guys are coming here tomorrow at 7. Gonna catch the West Coast Dolphins fan club show. We got to figure out a way to get that an acronym or something to make it a little bit easier to roll off the tongue. We'll figure something out on that. Maybe some TMI Thursday coming at some point. I know Tonk's got some stuff going on. I'm
gonna try.
Yeah. Don't get distracted. I know you got some other stuff going on too. So, Ali. No Club Exhale. We're doing shake night exhale.
We're doing club chocolate shake.
I don't know.
Does it come with a side of ice cream?
I already got it right here, baby.
Well, look, let's work on the name.
It'd be more like a dulce de leche.
In progress.
Club Exhale shake with Cocoa Shake. Cocoa Shake.
Night Exhale. Just do shake night exhale.
Or Cocoa Shake.
Some graham crackers. That's all I want.
Cocoa Shake Night Exhale. I don't know.
S'mores crackers.
We'll have to play around with the name a little bit. We'll work it out.
Shake
tomorrow.
Steak and shake.
Also, when you got insomnia, Shake?
Insomnia. Listen, I'm gonna list my shows
Labor Day weekend
for this week. I got Insomnia. Drive Time is gonna take one more week off until next week.
Mm-hmm.
We have, of course, the Chef Juice Wrestling Talk
Saturday morning.
We have Shake Light and Exhale till we get a better name. We have West Coast Dolphin fans on Sunday, and then the Labor Day special.
Labor Day special. Okay,
and by the way, week 1 pick'ems. The first episode is going to be none other than Big Nick's representing the Navy.
Oh, Big Nick is coming in here.
Yeah, for the first week. It's being pre-recorded.
Oh, so Big Nick. Yeah. And here
representing the Navy.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to keep a close eye on Big Nick with whatever capping he's doing. Hit the like button, everybody. Tomorrow after West Coast Fan Club, I'll be doing a special episode with Hassan Patel. Again, I've got 1 or 2 pretty much locked in there for next week. I've got some other one. Man, if you guys have been watching the program for as long as you have, this is the year, because I feel like just a lot of things are falling into place as far as how the program is with a lot of the content that we're going to bring. I mean, you guys know how we get down. We got all this stuff happening. Season has begun, and we have begun. Color, you gonna get us a coffee and a cup of color one of these days or something? Or
no,
you're gonna do a special Color of Rage edition or something like that? Maybe.
Probably not.
Monday morning Color of Rage. That would be great.
By the way, real quick, I want to announce every Sunday morning, except for the Sundays where I'm on the road, I'm going to be doing a cafecito Sunday mornings game day. Doing a breakdown. So cafecito will be on game day about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning.
That'd be nice. A little bit, get up with a coffee, talk about a little stuff. I kind of like that vibe.
Look. I already got my coffee maker.
Fuck, dude, I love that. That's the only way to make it.
Right on.
That shit.
So I have about 2 weeks to reinvent myself for this coming up season. I have no idea what I'm gonna do yet, except talk and complain and all.
Well, that's
there'll definitely be a lot of complaining. I'm sure of that.
Color, we still have the whole, coffee and a cup of color freaking intro video for you to complain.
That's probably what I'm going to start doing, because that's kind of when I'm doing market prep and all that in the morning.
Yeah, I just come on and hate on everything. Pour out all of the hate in the morning so you can focus in at work.
Get it over with, so I don't have to direct it at all my friends later on.
You'd be like, and then you go back and listen to my show if you want to know what I'm talking about. I love when Color says that.
Hey, man, listen.
Check my show. Well, go back and listen to it, and then you'll know what I'm fucking talking.
I will be joining Miss Fins for next Wednesday for League Wide Wednesday before the upcoming season.
By the way, of course, we're gonna have another League Wide Wednesday versus Insomnia.
Right.
Hey, I got some news too. By the way, the Buffalo Bills trophy case just took another L.
How could
did they hang up a picture of Mikey K?
No, because Taylor Swift will be getting more rings than Josh Allen has.
Wow. Took another L from the Oh, man.
Suckers.
More rings for the Chiefs. Damn.
With that note, guys, make sure you guys are, checking out all the programs, all the things. We will keep you entertained the best way we know how. Fins Tailgate style in the Fins family. We'll see you all next time. Fins up.
Fins up.